Everybody loves a good comeback story. The history of boxing has provided some of the greatest ones. Who can forget them? Muhammad Ali coming back from 3.5 years off to fight Joe Frazier. Ray Leonard against marvelous Marvin Hagler. George Foreman knocking out Michael Moore at age 45. Great comebacks. But none as great as the comeback story I'm about to tell you. The greatest comeback story in the history of modern sports. The resurrection of boxing in the United States and the making of the next great champions. Think of the superstars you've just seen. Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, George Foreman. All of them great Olympic champions who emerged out of the United States amateur boxing program, the only platform for building superstars in this sport. Unfortunately, amateur boxing in the United States has suffered immensely due to a lack of support. Look at what's happened to our United States Olympic boxing output. The historical pathway to greatness has simply been shut down. Just think. What would happen to Major League Baseball without its minor league farm system? Or the NFL and the NBA without NCAA football and basketball? This is exactly what's happened with USA Boxing. The pipeline for boxing has been virtually non-existent for the past 20 years. But that's all about to change. Led by television pioneer Michael King, a group of investors have formed A2P. This group is committed to rebuilding amateur boxing in the United States. They'll help the sport reach its potential by recruiting and training the most exciting athletes in America today, our future Olympic champions.
We're going to get great athletes, we're going to put them in exciting competition, and then we're going to have a streamlined version to create the national champion. The only difference, after we crown our champion, unlike basketball, their season's over. When we crown our champion, we have the U.S. team. And we then go on for the World Championship, where the United States against China, Russia, Germany, every country in the world. And that's exciting television.
Some of the greatest and most influential people in sports today believe that boxing can achieve an unparalleled level of success. Here's one person who has promised to help do something about it. The #1 college football coach in America, Pete Carroll.
We had a guy that left us last year, went to the NFL, Winston Justice, who had messed with boxing. This is a kid that's like 6'6", and he's 305 pounds with tremendous athleticism, great speed and jump and explosive ability. That given the kind of tutoring by a guy like Emmanuel Stewart, he would be a giant in the sport.
They have the resources, and they're going to do everything possible to bring this sport back, including assembling the most qualified team of experts to do so. One of those experts is Andy Bark, head of one of the most important sports companies in the United States. Over the past 20 years, Spark Sports has become a major source for identifying the top high school talents across the country for NCAA schools.
For years, Andy Bark's been developing a formula for finding talent, and the Sparks organization has really come along with the support of Nike, and which has been really obvious. Nike is synonymous with Sparks and their whole organization. It's of great benefit to the world of football, and it will only be the same for boxing.
Zibikowski going to get to the outside. He has blocker, touchdown!
As the captain of the 2006 Notre Dame football team, Tommy Zibikowski became a pro fighter literally on his summer break. Zibikowski scored a brilliant knockout over Robert Bell 49 seconds into the first round of his first professional fight before a raucous crowd at Madison Square Garden. The very best coaches and trainers are ready to begin working with these young athletes. One of them, the greatest boxing trainer in the world, Emmanuel Stewart, a recent addition to our team. Stewart has stood alongside more champions than anyone in history, including Tommy Hearns, Oscar De La Hoya, Sugar Ray Leonard, Lennox Lewis, and many others.
If we could get coaches like Pete Carroll to send some of their top athletes to amateur boxing, it's the best thing that has happened to amateur boxing in the last 20 or 30 years.
With a team like this in place, there's little doubt the next great champion could emerge rather quickly. There's an old story about a young fighter who won his first amateur championship about a month after lacing up gloves for the first time. The following year, he won the Olympic gold medal, making him the greatest amateur heavyweight in the world. Maybe you've heard of him. His name is George Foreman. The formula is clear and simple for the greatest turnaround in modern sports. 1. Recruit the best athletes from all sports. 2. Surround them with the support they deserve and the best coaches and trainers. 3. Provide state-of-the-art training facilities. And 4. Utilize the experience of a great television executive to put boxing back on TV in a major way. Now here's someone who knows a little something about comebacks.
I believe this landmark effort means even more than what you've just heard. In every community in America, USA Boxing is going to be a shining symbol of hard work, commitment, and discipline. A very healthy alternative to life on the streets. I thought I came out of the golden age of boxing, but with everything you've seen and heard here, it seems the most exciting time in the history of this sport is about to come. Just watch this.
Where will the next legend come from? Perhaps he's already here. Maybe he'll come from the gridiron.
1, 2.
From track and field. Or from the streets. If they're out there, we'll find them. From the good, we'll get the best. And from the best comes the U.S. team.
You want to make it on this team? You gotta give me more.
And when we find the team,
Let's pick it up.
will their passion drive them? Their fitness carry them? Their beliefs fuel them?
There are fighters and there's champions, and I want you to be a champion.
We're back live from Beijing. Folks, this is the most amazing Olympics of my lifetime.
Come on, it's the last round. You train your whole life for this moment.
To be good enough to win an honor so great,
The U.S. is a huge underdog.
it's worth its weight in gold.
It's not going to happen for the U.S. unless they step this up.
To hear their national anthem and know a country stands behind them.
He's swinging, it connected, it's connected, he's going down. He's not getting up, can you believe it? America sweeps the dome. Ladies and gentlemen, this is unbelievable.
Boxing was once the sport of heroes.
Can you believe this?
Now it's time to bring it back.